Oh. The John Cena everyone seems to gloss over.
So,
Yeah.
you think you're
You said you had your friend who had the there and John Cena. This is the best John Cena.
God, back when he was fucking heel.
Doctor of Thugonomics.
The good old days. Hello everyone, this is the Angstcast podcast. I am Stephen Hook. Joining me again this week is Mr. Callum Barden. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm a bit.
Slightly hungover.
I'm not hungover, just tired. I don't get hungover. I just get really tired. Hence why I sleep for like
Till 3 p.m.
Yeah, quarter 3 maybe. You know, I kept waking up and just being like really hot and sweaty, like ugh.
So this past weekend we had an unbelievable weekend of wrestling.
Just sports in general. I know I did.
Oh yeah, because we had that Olympics thing going on as well.
And that
that
big MMA fight as well that no one heard about.
Oh shit, yeah. That thing that they had. I didn't watch. Well, neither of us watched the Olympics closing ceremony because we were watching SummerSlam. Did you watch UFC?
I did.
Any good?
From what I saw, it was really cool. I'm a bit annoyed though because I was kind of like I muted it until I knew Conor McGregor would come on, but there was like one match right before him. I can't remember who it was, but he proper like destroyed this guy. Like gave him one punch there, and then proper like on the floor. And everyone's
ground
like,
pound.
Yeah, everyone's just like, wow, he's scary.
No, it's it. I'm still waiting for next month when it's CM Punk. He's gonna do shit, but I still just want to see it because I love that man.
If he wins, he's gonna prove a lot of the naysayers wrong.
I'll eat my own words if he wins, but I just don't think he will.
I think he will do better than some people giving him credit for, but we'll have to see.
Yes, we've got another month to wait yet, which it seems like a long time.
It's only a few weeks away. I think.
Is it actually 2 or 3?
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly check.
Let's have a quick check. Yeah, I read something earlier. Because everyone's kind of like complaining about WWE having so much content at the moment, and it is to the point where there's 5 straight days of WWE programming, live programming.
See, but for me, it's kind of like amazing because you can.
Yeah, you've got the network.
I got the network, so I get to watch. Well, the only problem is I have to like. I've given up live streaming the events because it just takes forever to connect, and then I just give up. I'm like, by the time it's done, I'm getting like all stressed out. So I'm like, I may as well watch it in the morning. It's easier, which is what I did today, and it means I don't have to have the crappy little adverts.
So we've got we had Takeover Brooklyn 2, then SummerSlam, then Raw and SmackDown, and we've got Cruiserweight Classic on Wednesday and NXT on Wednesday as well.
Yes.
It's 5 solid days of live programming.
So you got a 3-hour show, 2-hour show. That's 5.
Sometimes 4.
7 hours.
Yeah.
From Monday to Wednesday of wrestling.
Admittedly, this one weekend makes WWE Network value for money.
Well, they did advertise it as a free month as well, so they obviously were trying to.
I can't type.
UFC. See, I'm on the Wikipedia page and it's not working.
So I just realised that this is my own home now. It's 2 or 3 September 10th. Fuck, that's 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
That's basically the day before Backlash.
Shit, another big weekend of sport. So yeah, it's got the debut of CM Punk, and oh my god, a bunch of names I don't recognise. Anyone there? I feel like I recognise McCall. Ian McCall versus Ray Borg. What a name. And Alistair Overeem.
Oh, I don't know if you saw, there was Drew Galloway that shared a video of this MMA fighter called Mianis, and the announcer. It was too hilarious. You gotta watch it. But
I don't know if it's legit or not, but there's a picture going around at the moment of an American athlete in the Olympics whose name was Vapey McDoucheface. And if it's an edit,
I saw that.
If it's an edit, it's a fucking stellar edit. We should probably actually start talking about the wrestling that happened over the weekend. So we'll start with NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Started off with Where Were You 1 year ago, and it got really awkward when it got to asking Bobby Roode and Austin Aries, because like 1 year ago, where were you? Well, I was in TNA, not making any money.
Yep.
Which I'm glad that they're in WWE now.
I kind of just want them to come to the main roster.
Yeah, I want them to hurry up and get to the main roster.
Because they're too big to stay on NXT.
Yeah, I get it with some people. Like Rhino has passed his prime. He's good for enhancing talent.
That's literally what he is in there.
Yeah, Aries and Rude are still big enough that they can still be stars for WWE. It was working for Styles. Obviously, we'll get to that in a bit. But hey ho, apparently there was 2 dark matches. Did you?
Yeah, they're ones like before the bloody
broadcast. That's always handy. Ty Dillinger beat Wesley Blake, and the Authors of Pain, which is that new one with Paul Ellering, defeated TMC. Fuck. That's I can't remember what they used to be called. I'm gonna have to Google that. But TM61 were the Mighty Don't Kneel. That was it. They were the big indie tag team, which I've been really excited to see, but I haven't watched any.
I rarely watch NXT as much now because most of the big stars have kind of gone.
NXT was the one I used to watch mostly at uni because it's only an hour. Yeah. SmackDown didn't watch because it wasn't worth it, and then there was Raw. I try to get whenever I can.
And now you've got to watch them.
Yeah, now I've got to catch up on at least.
Or you just rely on me to tell you what's happening.
And Pro Wrestling Mania. So the first match we saw was Austin Aries versus No Way Jose, which because No Way Jose. I'm not a fan of dancing gimmicks.
But he has a very the only dancing gimmick that kind of did semi get over was Fandango, and this one from apparently
his
the
theme song got over though. It wasn't. I wouldn't say Fandango got over. I'd say his theme song got over. I think now is the most popular he's ever been. Now that he's teaming with Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, he actually gets cheered.
Yeah, although their name is fucking terrible. Breezango. Oh, it just hurts. I can't think of anything noteworthy from the match. It's kind of a shame that Austin Aries isn't in the opening.
I think it was actually a pretty solid match.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like just a solid match, but when you compare Aries to Nakamura from the last takeover, that was a fantastic match, and this was just kind of there.
Yeah, but he's gonna start a rival with Hideo.
Yeah, our boy Hideo Itami. I won't say returning because he's been back for a couple of weeks after knackering his shoulder.
Over a year.
Yeah, and hit the GTS. So somewhere CM Punk shed a single tear. Punk stole it from Itami when he was known as Kenta in Japan anyway, so it was fine.
Nah,
I've seen like so many things on Instagram saying that he's like stealing CM Punk's move. CM Punk must be livid. He's going to block him. Blah blah blah. It's like no, he stole it from Itami.
I don't think CM Punk really cares.
No,
I think he even follows wrestling.
Punk hasn't cared about wrestling since about 2 years before his contract expired.
Yeah,
he just doesn't give a fuck anymore. But yeah, it's nice to see. I reckon Itami Aries will have a good feud. It'll be a good series of matches.
Yeah,
so one's quite technical, one's Austin Aries, the greatest man who ever lived.
That is true.
Then it was debut of Ember Moon versus Billie Kay.
She was impressive.
I
for some reason I expected to be like kind of calmer, Nia Jax big.
And
she came out like normal standard woman wrestler now.
I wasn't expecting that sort of size, but I was expecting her to be like really massively built. Like, do you remember Shaniqua?
Yes.
I was expecting her to be that sort of size, like really broad, really built, or like a China sort of figure. And she came out and she was just like this dainty kind of thing with like red eyes, like so spoopy. What annoyed me in that match was the commentary, because obviously it was her debut, so they got to like put her over quite a bit. But when it came to like the commentators, when Billie Kay, who she faced in the match, when she was like on the offense, they're like, "Oh, Ember Moon looking really impressed." Like, no, she's fucking not. She's getting her ass handed to her. What are you watching? She has a fucking awesome finisher. The flying, spinning stunner.
Puts Bobby Roode to shame for his finisher.
Yeah, well, that's next match. But Emma, I thought that was I was going to say stunning finisher then, but then I realised what I was about to say.
Because Adam Blompe was saying, for someone to actually do that and rely on the other person as well to like make sure they do it, it's pretty impressive.
Just say credits Billy Kay on that one. And then probably my favourite match of the entire card, and that's saying a lot because how much I love Nakamura. Bobby Roode versus Andre Cien Almas, who again came to the ring looking like a gigolo.
Yep.
Or a little, like a male cocktail waitress. The fucking entrance of Bobby Roode will live long in the memory.
And that was just at NXT. I want to see him on WrestleMania.
Fuck, that's like Shawn Michaels, like descending from the heavens level.
Oh, when he
big
at WrestleMania 12, and he did his little
zip line.
Yeah.
That it was just it's fucking beautiful because I've been really geared up for it. Because I was expecting it not to kind of like falter a bit because it took ages for him to get properly signed, and then it's like he's just been doing promo work. But he did the promo against Almas a couple of weeks ago, saying they're not here to see you, they're here to see me, which I thought was really, really good. And it's nice they brought someone in straight away as a heel. Like Samoa Joe came in the face and then turned. Aries came in as a face and then turned.
Yeah, it's like they put him off as a face first.
Yeah.
In case they don't like him.
But Rude's come in straight away as like saying, you're all shit and I'm the fucking best, which I really, really like.
And they still cheer him.
Yeah, he's more of a heel.
But he's a Kevin Owens heel. Well, Kevin Owens as well kind of started as a face, like for 1 minute, but
he's internet darlings, isn't he? Like, so they're saying that he says you're all shit, and they're like, we don't care. I don't know if they're going to do that entrance every time because
I don't think so.
I think his entrance altogether took like a minute.
Yeah, that was just so fun to watch.
Oh yeah, in terms of like just walking down to the ring, a minute is a fucking long time.
Andre Almas just didn't have much of a spectacular.
No, it was kind of like the thing. I think they should have brought him out first.
Yeah,
because it had like glorious, and the whole fanfare with that, everyone going bonkers, and then it was him saying, "Yeah, I'm here too. Look at my funny hat.
Do some cool stuff in the ropes."
Yeah, that was. I still like that when he just like sits there, as like, and what? You shit. Bobby Roode's finisher is fucking dire.
Yeah.
The pump handle drop. Road Dogg couldn't get that over 10 years ago. Well, fucking nearly 20 years ago now.
I think he'll change it. I think it'll get changed. I think
He's
he'll
got
try
to.
and change it.
His finisher in TNA, obviously, where he made it, quote unquote, made it big. He had the crossface. I remember that one. The arm trap crossface, which I don't think they're going to let him use as a main finisher in WWE for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
He had the lariat for a while. Apparently, they're going to try and bring back the Fisherman Suplex, but it's a Rude Bomb as well, which is the final mascara into next slam. Any of these would be better than the pump handle drop because it was so deflating. Even the crowd was like, "Oh, well, alright then."
Was that?
But yeah, really happy about that match. His entrance music is like a cheesy,
it's the best
90s power metal. It's like Halloween made it, or Blind Guardian. Then it was big tag match, and the Revival versus Gargano and Ciampa. The Revival are proper old school heels.
They are, yeah, and I really like them now.
I really didn't like them. I thought they were just gonna like fade away, kind of like how Blake and Murphy have. They're trying to do like this 2 singles run, but no one really gives a shit.
They kind of got. I think Alexa Bliss was the popular one.
Yeah, somehow out of that tag team, Alexa Bliss is the one who got over from it.
And she's already on the main roster.
Yeah, she's on main. Obviously, Blake and Murphy's still on NXT. I really like I saw someone on Twitter really point out I can't remember who it was in the ring now. I think it was Ciampa trying to tag Gargano, and I think it was Dawson fell over the rope and like saying, I got cramp in my leg.
Threw himself over the rope.
And it's like proper old school distract referee sort of thing. I remember seeing that on like a tape from the 80s. Kind of surprised. Actually, no, I'm not really surprised actually that the Revival won. I'm still calling a heel turn.
Yeah, there's been talks that apparently there was like hints and signs there. But someone was like, "Oh, imagine if it was oh no, I get confused. Which is the one without the beard?"
The one without the beard is Gargano.
Yeah, some people are like, imagine if it's Gargano that turns heel.
It'd be interesting. Like, could play the whole "you're dragging me down" sort of thing. But I know when they had the match in the Cruiserweight Classic, obviously Gargano went over. There was he won't shake his hand. Then they both sat in the ring and embraced sort of thing. Then,
Good match, by the way.
Yeah, I still haven't had a chance to see it. I need to catch up on CWC.
You do. It's so good.
Oh, shut up. Then it was obviously them in the ring after they lost. It was like a really somber, like, help your partner up, help him towards the rope, he's injured, blah blah blah. And I was fully expecting him to like full Kevin Owens, drag him by the head down, just beat the shit out of him.
I thought he was gonna like clothesline him at the back of the head.
Yeah,
but he didn't.
He looks like a fucking serial killer, does Ciampa, the Baldy.
Yeah, he does have a heel look to him.
I think that's totally
why.
Does. I know when they were doing like the intros to Cruiserweight Classic, they obviously going through everything like "No, I'm Dar, Dragon Gargano," and they had like 30 seconds or like 40 seconds to like stand in the ring and do some sort of like action or promo or something. And then it was Ciampa. He just looked stone dead in the hard camera, put his finger like that, like. For 40 solid seconds, it felt like 20 minutes, just like staring at him black. It's fucking terrifying. But Revival are good in the fact that I actually hate them as heels.
I just really like them as performers.
That's what I mean. I like them as performers, but in
I'm
terms
really
of the
surprised
characters,
they've not been brought up yet, because they've been in there for like 2 years now, maybe 3.
I've been there quite a while. But whereas like The Miz, who I just really fucking hate, I don't know if that makes him a good heel, or I just think he's a piece of shit. But the Revival, Dash and Dawson, I hate the characters because they're good, because they're heels, but I like them, so I think they've done what heels are supposed to, meant to get over as whiny, annoying heels. And
they always keep having like some of like the best tag matches as well. Like when I watched Dallas Takeover, I was really into that tag match.
Yeah, Brigade America.
And the tag match after that, and then this tag match.
They are pretty good. What tag team do you reckon is going to go after them now? Because they haven't got Enzo and Cass, they haven't got American Alpha. Like I said, I'm still calling a heel turn between Ciampa and Gargano.
Yeah, I don't know, because I can't think of any tag teams that are in other than that TM61.
Yeah, TM61, they're still quite new, and they've just been beaten by Authors of Pain. I would have said the Authors of Pain were it not for the fact that Revival are heel as well, and so are Authors of Pain. Is there any more tag teams in NXT? There's no fucking list there. Fantastic. I don't think they'll just like throw 2 people together and say, "Here you go, have a tag team," because they're lazy. I don't think they're that lazy. Then it was NXT Women's Championship. Asuka beating Bayley. Bayley's send off, as it turns out, which was kind of obvious.
Yeah, not obvious for Izzy, whatever it is.
Right. Yeah, I've already spoke to you about this after the match, because I really don't like these, like, I don't even know what they're called, like, crowd celebrities. So you've got, I think his name is Paul Edgia, something like that, the Undertaker guy. So when Undertaker lost against Brock Lesnar, he was the like guy in the crowd and went all bug-eyed.
Oh, yeah.
There's him, there's Brock Lesnar guy, who when Brock came back in 2012... he was seen on the hard camera in like this stupid camo shirt doing like a pose sort of thing. There was the girl unimpressed with The Miz, who was my hero, because The Miz came out. The Miz won a match or something. She was just staring at the crowd like nothing but spite and hate in that little girl's eyes. And then there's Izzy, who is this 8-year-old girl who goes to near enough every NXT taping.
Yeah, because it's held in the same location, isn't it?
Yeah, usually in Full Sail, Florida. Bayley's #1 fan, and she's just so fucking annoying. Every time she's on camera,
I've never noticed her until you mentioned it on
How
Saturday.
have you never noticed that? The camera pans to her like fucking...
I always just thought it's just like a random kid like Bret Hart did with his little cool glasses he just gives them. And it just happens to be a girl.
Oh, it's just every time. When Bayley won the title against Sasha Banks, I'm fairly certain, although NXT afterwards, because it was in Brooklyn, obviously not in Florida.
Yeah.
She brought Izzy into the ring and celebrated with Izzy, and then when she lost the title, Izzy apparently was inconsolable, and like officials took her to like their own private room so the parents could calm Izzy down. And she was there again last night. She was crying fucking again. Irritating little shit.
Bailey lost, by the way.
Oh yeah, Bailey did lose against Asuka. It was a good ending. I thought, like, they come at me, bro. All right, I'll kick your fucking head off.
Yeah, she's fucking vicious.
Oh Jesus Christ, Asuka's terrifying.
I'm hoping Asuka and Emma Moon have a fight.
That would be
or match.
Good,
sorry.
Yeah,
because they're both pretty good.
Yeah, after this match, and I got like kind of pissed off at Izzy again. I took to Twitter and I said, Bailey, because obviously, look, it was obvious that Bailey was going to get called up. She was just standing in a crowd by herself, standing in the ring, sorry, by herself. All the crowd going nuts, then saying, thank you, Bailey. And I put on Twitter, Bailey, please get called up to the main roster and leave that Izzy bitch behind. And it's probably the most popular tweet I've put out in years because I had so many people saying.
I think you must have hashtagged it or something.
Well, we were live tweeting along with Takeover Brooklyn, and we just got like loads of other internet messages saying you just told an 8-year-old girl to fuck off. I bet you like really fucking love this, don't you? Like loads of people. My favourite one was this guy. It was a girl. Sorry, messaged me or some woman or some. I don't fucking care. Someone messaged me saying, you're telling an 8-year-old girl to fuck off. Wow, you great way of getting attention there. Trying to like be really snarky. And I replied, well, with you replying, aren't you validating your claim? And she was like, I don't need to be noticed. I've already got loads of followers. I was like, that's not what I'm saying. If you're having a go at me for saying like, I've called this girl a bitch, give me lots of like attention. You've given me that attention, so therefore you're backing up your own claim. And she's like, at least I don't do it by telling kids to fuck off. I'm like, that's not the point you're making, you stupid bastard! You fucking cockwomble. And she spent ages like that. I was like, you know what? I'm just done. And it got to the point where another account, like, who the actual Twitter account is called Izzy Hater.
Yeah, it's just one of these accounts that like people like. I can't remember. There's like this boy band where like people like devoted fans and they'll like retweet a lot of like things that they do. I can't remember what they're called, but one of my friends has one.
Yeah, but
she retweets a lot of it.
It's just fucking dumb. But this other guy came in and was like, "Oh yeah, Izzy does suck. I won't call her a bitch, but yeah, too right. She needs to stop being exploited by her dad." And he went on this mass tirade, and it got to the point where the first account, which was like a Nikki Bella tribute. Fucking piece of shit. And then Izzy Hater were going at it for ages. To the point where I was like, could you guys just, I don't care about either of you, could you guys bugger off and leave me alone? And I think some sort of relative to Izzy saw that as like, I like the bugger off line. And I chased her up and I was like, I'm pretty sure you're Izzy's mum, and you just said like the bugger off line after I've just called your daughter a fucking bitch. What? Fucking stupid people. But yeah, I called an 8-year-old girl bitch on Twitter. Come at me. I made a little girl cry at work the other day as well.
You what?
They were slamming on something, and I had to. Cause I've got to keep it vague because we can't say where we work. They were slamming on something, and I thought it was going to break. So I went over to them. Just their parents got there. It's like, see, the man's going to take off now. It's like, we need. And they kept like staring at me, saying like, the man is going. Like hinting, like, tell them off now. I was like, well, I need to get you away because I want to fall on you. And she immediately sold out her friend. It's like, she did it, I didn't do it myself. And I was like, oh god, fuck that. Nope, none of that. But yeah, kids are stupid. Then the main event of the night, Samoa Joe versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura going over.
Surprisingly, I wasn't expecting it. I didn't think Samoa Joe would lose the title. I thought he will either lose, but it'll be to make him look strong, or vice versa.
Yeah, because we would
still have the title.
Because we were discussing this. Because obviously, every time there's a match on, just before it starts, we say who do you think is going to win. And on all of them, I think the only one we thought was, I found difficult at least, was the Revival versus Gargano and Ciampa. And even then, I was still leaning more towards Revival because I've still got that heel turn theory. With Nakamura and Joe, I couldn't decide because Nakamura's undefeated, is over as balls, and it's just my favourite thing in NXT right now. And then you've got Samoa Joe, who is this giant heel champion. Should have been made champion a long time ago, in my opinion, if it wasn't for the fact of it was Finn Balor.
Yeah.
And as you said, I reckon they would have kept his momentum. So I was expecting some sort of like dusty finish or double DQ, like because obviously Shinsuke is known for his hard styles, like a strong approach to wrestling. Samoa Joe can go pretty strong as well, go pretty stiff. So I was expecting like it just turns into a full-out fight. Then he gets split up, like a double DQ, none of you win, and then at a later point, it's like a no DQ match between them.
Yeah.
But no, it was clean. He got knee in the face, knee in the back of the head, knee in the face again.
Yeah, and got a dislocated jaw.
Yeah, it's turned out that Joe has got a dislocated jaw. He was like putting his fingers in the mouth, like trying to, I guess, like realign it. And I thought it was just a work because usually when wrestlers,
we can never really tell.
Well, usually when wrestlers are hurt, as we found out with Finn Balor, we'll talk about that in a sec. When wrestlers are hurt, they like, obviously it's known, providing you're not Sin Cara, you just work through it all. And when he's like hurt his jaw, he was like constantly going back to it. I was like, is it a work? And
then he would sometimes stop, like when he was doing the finisher. So either that, he was either fighting through the pain, or it was just kind of like going along with it.
It is a fun one because Joe has worked hurt before. Because I watched him in TNA. He's worked hurt before, and it just seemed weird for me to like constantly see him go at that. But then when you now knowing that he did have a dislocated jaw, and thinking back, his face had not changed for the last like 5 minutes of the broadcast. It was constantly like his mouth was open, his bottom teeth were showing. He was constantly pulling. So it must have been a really uncomfortable thing. Just you can't move half your head.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was really good. I reckon Nakamura is going to be a really decent champion. I don't know who they could bring in to beat him. Because I know they've got confirmed, I think the night before this, Eric Young has been signed.
I know there's because there was promos for something called Sanity, and there's
I think
rumours
that.
that's it. Superstar.
Hey?
Divas no more.
Oh fucking hell, yeah.
Because there was rumours it's either this woman wrestler, I can't remember what her name is.
Yeah, or it's Young.
Yeah, because reasons.
Well, he's had like 101 different gimmicks over the years. Providing they'll bring back Super Eric, I'll be happy. I know that's a dark time. But even if that Sanity does end up being Eric Young, I don't see Eric Young being the guy to beat Nakamura.
No, I don't think he's big enough yet.
No, if we look at the rest of the roster, obviously Aries is about to go and face Hideo Itami.
Ellis Sampson, very hard.
Eh?
Ellis Sampson, he'll return.
Elias Sampson. Fuck, I forgot about him. Where's he been?
He's injured. He's injured.
Oh, fair enough.
So he got injured back in May. I think it was May time.
The only guy I can think of maybe is Bobby Roode.
He's big enough.
He's definitely big enough. He was over as shit during Takeover. But apart from that, Ty Dillinger, no.
Unless they do another, they keep it Samoa Joe. But
that's what I mean. I don't know how bad the jaw injury is because
I think he did say because he actually confirmed it himself and he said he will be back soon.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine a jaw injury would keep him off for that long. I imagine what will happen tomorrow night. Shinsuke might come out and then he comes out, but they don't actually wrestle or fight or anything. It'll just be more promo work, I imagine. And the rest of his mouth.
Possibly, yeah. So that was Takeover Brooklyn. How did you think about it overall?
I thought it was great.
Yeah, agreed.
It was laid out better than fucking SummerSlam. But
Yeah, segue. I like it because SummerSlam, biggest party of the summer. It's so great, and it was the weirdest event. Well, the weirdest SummerSlam, at least I can recall.
It was just weird. Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to think like other weird happenings that have happened at SummerSlam. Obviously, there was Eugene versus Triple H many a year ago. Because I can't believe Eugene managed to get. Because SummerSlam is one of the big four. You've got Royal Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series.
Even though they don't make Survivor Series as big anymore, it's kind of just one of those.
Yeah, it's they glossed over it. It seemed like an inconvenience last year. But with SummerSlam being like a big one, they had Eugene versus Triple H one year, and then Eugene versus Kurt Angle another year for the Olympic gold medal. What the fuck? But yeah, obviously, so there's a lot of hype around this one. Not like definitely a lot more than last month, which was Battleground, if I recall. So I was at work at the time, so I didn't see any of the pre-show. So this is all I knew. So the first match was American Alpha, Hype Bros, and the Usos versus Breezango, the Ascension, and the Vaudevillains.
I actually enjoyed it. It was I've noticed a lot of people saying the problem with the SmackDown tag teams is they're doing what they did with the Divas Revolution, where they're just kind of throwing all these people together and you're like, notice how good they are, and then
that's a good shout.
And it's like they already had this match on SmackDown. So
actually,
yeah,
fuck's sake.
So, but it was a pretty good match, and it had an interesting ending because the Usos have kind of wanted to do what Roman Reigns should do and turn heel, and it looks like they could actually be doing that now, finally.
Yeah, you were saying because apparently,
you had American Alpha, you had their like end.
Yeah,
but what happened? Because I can't remember how they do their end. It's like how American Alpha do their finish.
Oh, it's Chad Gable kicks him in the back body drop, and then like a lifts him up, and then
because as he did that.
Jason Jordan. Sorry, Jason Jordan throws him up, and Chad Gable catches him in bridge.
Yeah, because how they did that, it was like he did that, but I think one of the Usos like slapped on them back, and then as they slammed on the mat, one of them splashed on them and pinned him, and they were a bit like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And then the Usos were kind of like reluctant to even share the victory.
Interesting.
Kind of and it was really like, ooh.
Well, because Usos are. Because this is where it gets confusing. I'm still like not sure where the line is for tag teams. Because I was going to say something about Jericho. Usos are definitely the longest tag team going so far. But it's just whether or not. Oh, but yeah, what's the thing on? Just like big heel tag teams on SmackDown. Because on SmackDown, what have we got? So we've got American Alpha, a face, the Ascension. I thought they were going to re-debut the Ascension because I've been some vignettes, and it looks like same old, which is
they were a bit portrayed a bit tougher, but that was about it.
Fair enough. Breezango, I wouldn't class them as a big tag team yet. They're over, but I wouldn't. WWE won't let them go over.
Not unless they want them over.
Hype Bros can fuck off.
Fair play to I can't remember his name, the big guy.
Ryback.
Not Ryback. The other hype bro.
Oh,
Mojo Rawley.
To be
fair, he was actually trying to at least engage the crowd, and they were kind of responding, but there just wasn't enough. I don't think they really cared.
The best part about Mojo Rawley was when he debuted on the roster and then confronted Rusev, who's beating the shit out of Zack Ryder. He was getting all up in his grills, shouting, screaming, going, "Get hyped!" And Rusev was like, "What the fuck are you?"
He just left it.
Yeah, he just like took his belt, walked away, was like, "Nope, none of fucking that."
I don't know what to think, but goodbye.
The Usos, obviously, like we said, a big face tag team, but could be going heel. Vaudevillains should be bigger, but I think the reason why they're not is Simon Gotch and his mouth.
And what he did to bloody Enzo.
Yeah, so they're being a bit punished for that because they did hurt Enzo quite a bit. There was a backstage fight between Simon Gotch and the new Sin Cara.
He got his ass handed to him.
He got whooped. But apparently it's not the first time that they've had problems with Gotch.
Yeah.
So I reckon
cocky bastard apparently.
Yeah, apparently he's got a massive mouth. And then we had the Wyatt family, but
I think they're gone because
you were saying that
on
there's
SmackDown it was Eric Rowan v Dean Ambrose before SummerSlam, and Eric Rowan lost, and Bray sits in his chair like, rocking back. He kind of like just looked done, got his mask. He was just like looking at it and then just kind of threw it on the chair and walked off and left him. So, but then it's just. Because a lot of like Bleach Report, they do the little grades. I don't know if you see, and they keep praising Eric Rowan because he's actually improving a lot.
Yeah, I know when they split the Wyatt family up. Obviously, everyone went over for obviously Bray. Luke Harper did really well as a solo competitor, but Eric just sort of like stagnated a bit. He had this like weird, creepy, super intelligent gimmick, which I think could have worked.
And he had a little obsession with one of the woman announcers, Renee Young, didn't he?
Yeah, they got rid of that because that's just... Even TNA have done that recently with Samuel Shaw.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that was creepy. But yeah,
he doesn't have the mic skills, that's the problem. He needs to be like a Paul Heyman type guy, manager person. He needs one of them.
I hope they have... If they do end up splitting up the Wyatt family, I hope they have Bray Wyatt as one competitor, but then keep Rowan and Harper as a tag team.
Yeah, because they work good.
They are really good together.
Harper at least has better mic skills.
Yeah. So that was...
He should be coming back next month.
Is he due back, is he?
Well, his injury was like, I think it was like 5 to 6 months or something.
I hope he comes back soon, because I did like Luke Harper. Then it was Sami Zayn and Neville versus Dudley Boys. Dudley Boys swan song, as it turned out.
I didn't really care, but from what I was seeing, Sami Zayn and Neville made quite a good tag team, but I don't think they're going to last because of what happened on Raw tonight.
Yeah, so turns out that because when the draft happened, there was a report that the Dudley Boys had signed an extension.
Yeah.
Which everyone thought was great. And they've been pretty much just putting over new talent. They've been passing on the garbage a lot of what the old guys do. That's what Chris Jericho has been named for. And then when it came down to it, it turns out that the whole teasing, we're going to leave, wasn't in fact them splitting up Dudley Boys, which is what I thought it was. I thought they were going to try and bring the Bully Ray gimmick from TNA.
Yeah.
Turns out that now they have asked for their release. Everyone's amicable. They've left the door open because they were beating up all tag teams, and the club came and beat them up, didn't they?
Yeah, put them through a table.
Give them lots.
But then people are like, we're not sure if that's a storyline.
Well, that's the thing. I've read online that the contract annulment is legit. They did that so that they could leave the door open, so it gives the club loads of heel heat that they've ruined this big momentous moment. But then it leaves the door open, so if in a year's time Bubba and Devon do want to come back, they can go straight into a feud with the club, which I think would be good.
Yeah, but some of the matches they've had in the past year have been a bit piss poor.
Yeah, that's why
they're very miscoordinated a lot as well.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I was hoping that it would end up being them splitting up because Bubba, as a solo competitor, is quite good. He had a great run as Bully Ray in TNA. Obviously, a few years ago when they did the Dudley splitting up during the first draft, Devon again sort of faltered as Reverend Devon, although it did give us Batista. But then Bubba Ray was still doing quite well on what was Raw. Well, yeah, still Raw at the time.
Yeah.
But they're gone, which is a shame. Sammy and Neville, I don't know if they're going to keep them as a permanent tag team.
Because they did a little tournament for the title. And
oh yeah, of course. In terms of tag teams on Raw, because they are both Raw, aren't they? Sam?
Yeah.
So they've got Enzo and Cass, Gallows and Anderson, Golden Truth, boo. Jericho, New Day, and Shining Stars, fucking boo. So
hey, they could be really.
After reading out that list, so what's the faces? You got Enzo and Cass, technically Golden Truth and New Day versus. So it's 3-3. I can. depending on how this goes with Cass, because I don't think they're going to put the Universal title in next week.
Yeah.
I could see them being a more permanent fixture going after.
They'd work well.
Yeah, because I'm totally seeing Club going over New Day at some point and then catching the tag titles.
Yeah, I feel like they did what they did at SummerSlam just so they could be there for a year.
Yeah, get the have New Day and the Club finish off their program, and then I could see Sammy and Neville challenging the Club. I reckon that'd be a good series of matches, especially with Anderson. And then the last one on the pre-show was Sheamus versus Cesaro. Two of the most angriest motherfuckers in the company right now. I don't know how they're still employed, because every week it's like one of them saying, "I can't believe how shit we're getting treated."
Yeah, I don't really blame them, to be fair, because everyone shits on Sheamus, but I think he's a pretty...
Sheamus is a stellar heel.
Yeah, and he's a good performer, but for some reason, I think he would have been better in the little title four-way thing, maybe.
Cesaro is the latest one to come out and say, I'm kind of disappointed that we were on the pre-show. Well, first of all, he was disappointed that he lost. Disappointed that he was on the pre-show. Feels he should have been at least on the card. I think it was you that was telling me you would rather have seen the six women tag team match on the pre-show instead of Sheamus and Cesaro. But it's the best of 7. Sheamus is 1-0 up. I read something earlier today that there is going to be some sort of title shot at the end. They're not sure if it's going to be United States or Universal. I hope it's Universal, because...
Well, this all started for the United States, because I can't remember how they came across it, but they were like, "Oh, I'm the bigger man now, I deserve title shots," and then they're like, "Why don't you fight for it?" And then Cesaro kept winning, so he got the title shot, but then Sheamus cost him it, and then that's how it kind of led to this.
Yeah, considering how much they keep saying "Oh, we don't treat Cesaro enough," because even Mick Foley came out and said, "Yeah, you are severely undervalued." I really want it so Sheamus takes the lead, Cesaro fights back, they have a tiebreaker, Cesaro wins, and he's like, "Oh, so we're going to give him the United States title?" It's like, "No, you're going straight in Universal." I was like, fucking banging, because the problem with a new title is that it needs credibility, especially when it's supposed to be equivalent to a world title.
Yeah.
So that's what I want from that. Main show then, this is when I started paying attention. First up was Jericho, which is our boy Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, versus Enzo Amore and Big Cass. Enzo Amore is entertaining as ever. I'm wearing his shirt. How you doing?
Yeah.
This was an okay match. I thought fucking Jericho and Owens is just so entertaining.
They do work really well together.
When after the match, because Jericho won, when they were going up the ramp, Owens just went to him and was like, "I love you, Chris," and Chris just went, "I love you too, man." It's like this weird combination. I'm kind of surprised. I was expecting Kevin Owens to after one match just start kicking Chris Jericho. I was like, I'd flex.
Because I know there was rumours that Chris Jericho's contract was up until, his how long he was going to be was up until SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's staying around for a bit longer. Which is kind of the longest he's stayed over for.
Yeah, he's been here a while this
time.
time.
His bigger last run.
Yeah, so I swear he left in 2005.
Came back.
2007 he came back?
Yeah, and he was there until 2010 until he got punted in the air.
Oh yeah, shit.
And then he came back again in 12.
Did the run with Jericho. Was that then?
No, it was
that
9.
Oh, fair enough.
He was there until SummerSlam time, and then he came back again next year. Was there until about summertime again, and he came back in the summer for a few months.
Yeah, his last couple have been quite short stints.
Which is his longest one.
Yeah, I've never get bored of Jericho. I know everyone's like, he's old and withered now. He doesn't really do the whole dad joke thing. It's it's fucking Chris Jericho. Shut your fucking mouth.
Yes, he bends his arm and he's walking, kind of.
Oh,
does that.
So he's going for a flamboyant heel, and he does it also, and that fucking stupid facial hair. I know I'm not one to judge, but the scarf as well, bloody hell. Then Charlotte versus Sasha. Not quite sure why this was so early on in the card. They keep saying Divas Revolution, ain't women great? Look how great they are, but not looking at them sexually because we can't do that anymore. Look how great wrestlers there are, but look how great they are. And they put them second.
Yeah, it was a bit underwhelming.
Like,
okay. I would have liked them to be a bit higher up, but
to be fair,
it was a good match.
Looking at this card again, it's so fucked.
It is weirdly out of order.
It looks like it's on back, not even on backwards. It's just like I've seen loads of people. They share the same sort of thing I did. The first half of the show was fantastic. The second half was fucking clustery as shit. So I'd say up to what would be match 5. So that's New Day versus the Club. I'd say up to then it was fine, and then afterwards it got a bit weird. But yeah, Charlotte and Sasha, really good match again.
Sasha just follows herself up ridiculously.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. I don't know if it was a botch, but Sasha got her up. Not Sasha. Charlotte got Sasha in like a side scoop slam thing, but on the second rope. I just sort of dropped her. It's like, bah, bitch. And her legs bounced off the rope, and her head fell on the canvas, and she just like folded up like an accordion.
Yeah. And
I've seen a picture of it on Twitter, and it just looks so brutal.
Because we were like, was that like meant to happen? It was like when we watched was it Battleground? Yeah, it was with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and he like fucked up his little jump off the ropes, didn't he?
Yeah.
And we're like, was that work? I think because I was saying,
yeah, I remember that.
I don't think it was meant to happen, and they played into it.
Yeah, that just.
But this one, I don't
know. Then it was the spot that got me really scared was the top rope Hurricane Rana.
From the Razor's Edge.
Yeah, because you could see what they want to do, because there's no way they were going to do a powerbomb from that high up. But when it's a standard Frankensteiner, which is when they're sat on the second rope, like Mysterious do them all the time, second rope, Hurricane Rana, just a backflip, front flip, sorry, it's fine. But to go from a powerbomb to a Hurricane Rana from the top rope, so you haven't got much room to like give you a step off. You've got to like do basically a standing jump. I could totally see Sasha landing on her head and like being out for a year. But
I think because of her size, she was looking to get away with it. She probably
I think both of them, because Charlotte's quite tall and Sasha's quite small, if I recall.
Yeah. So
they say lucky they must like just be able to use movesets depending on their size, which says how good they are. New women's champ. I was surprised up until I realised that Sasha needs time off for injuries.
Yeah, and she's meant to come back at the end of September. So.
Yeah, they were originally. I read something today. They were originally thinking that she'd have to be gone for 6 months. So now it's only going to be a month. So they're really, really happy about that, and I'm really happy about that because Sasha Banks is awesome.
And she's only just kind of come back from an injury.
Yeah, that's what I was
that
thinking.
took off the shelf for like 2 months.
There was a lot of rumours of, a lot of speculation, I should say, of suspension, because as soon as the match finished, she was off all live events between now and the end of September. But like I said, it's ended up being injury now. And then your fucking boy, The Miz versus Apollo Crews. Everything about this was fucking dog shit.
It's going to be a really good match, and I was kind of underwhelmed. 5
minutes for the Intercontinental Championship. 5 fucking minutes. Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat, WrestleMania 3, did not fight for this.
SummerSlam 92.
SummerSlam 92, Bret Hart,
Bulldog. 91, Mr. Perfect and Bret Hart.
No, 92 was...
91.
Oh, 91, sorry. What other great... They didn't fight for this. They didn't put everything on like Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Intercontinental Championship. Oh, Chris Jericho redacted. All these great Intercontinental Championship matches. They did not fight for fucking Miz. Even like the build up to it was terrible. It was like, Apollo Creed. See, I called you Apollo Creed because that's not your name. Well, it's the guy from the boxing film.
To be fair, it started off well because they had like a triple threat, so that's a reason. But then, for some reason, there's a running joke of him being similar to Creed just kind of came out of nowhere.
Because he's black and his first name was Apollo.
Yeah. It just kind of happened. It's because I think Ryan Young or Lita or someone called him it, and then they're like, oh yeah, we do it all the time, it's funny.
I just hate... I really don't like The Miz. I don't know if that's like a good indication of how good a heel he is, when I have genuine dislike for him. Like if I were to meet any wrestler in the street, I would be completely awestruck and like, can I like get a picture or how are you doing today? If I saw The Miz in the street, I would kick him in the dick. squarely in the jewels. Like, sorry, Mauricio, I'm not having any more
when-
kids. I'm exploding your husband's testicles.
When he came out with like the Phantom of Opera.
Oh yeah, he's fucking stupid mask and his stupid coat with his stupid face and his silly French wife and fuck off.
French Canadian stuff.
Oh, who gives a shit? Then match of the night, contender for match of the year, AJ Styles versus John Cena. I'm really surprised AJ Styles won.
Clean as a whistle.
Yeah, most
In the
importantly,
middle of the ring, no interference or anything.
because I think the most surprising thing about the entire match is that he kicked out the Super AA.
Yeah, even though I didn't realise that was actually a thing.
It's,
Until I kept seeing it on Twitter, like, he's the only one who's done it, and then he was like, I don't think anyone else has actually done that.
so I don't think it's like a thing and say he breaks it out for like the super special matches. Like, I think he did it in one of the matches against KO when they had their like set 3.
Yeah.
I feel like he's used against Randy Orton at some point. He probably has, say, fought each other like 22,000 times.
Yeah.
But for him to kick out, because if he did it, like hit the Super AA, waited, and then the arm over pin, it's like, oh, we're also really groggy, and then kicked out, I would have thought, holy shit, he's kicked out, but they built it up. Excuse me, this was literally Super AA, hooks the leg immediately, kick out, like, it was instantaneous.
They kept leaving it pretty late as well, I think, sometimes, didn't they?
Yeah, AJ hit one Styles Clash.
No, 2.
Was it 2?
Yeah.
So I remember he tried for 1 and then he reversed that into turning into the forearm.
I'm pretty sure he did 2.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, now that I think
He did
about it
1,
more.
and then the second one, he did it, and then we're like, what are you doing? He went to do the forearm. I was like, no, he's probably going to reverse that.
Yeah.
And
I
he
was
did.
fully expecting him to go for a phenomenal forearm and then John just catching him AA 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. But no.
But no, Styles won clean. I'm so happy to let him keep the Styles Clash.
Yeah.
Because that's probably one of the most dangerous moves in wrestling right now. Because
He's the only one who can probably perform it well enough, so...
Well, yeah, absolutely. 'Cause John apparently has already came close to botching it. I was watching Adam on What Culture, and because I was trying to explain it to you, with a lot of wrestling moves, the reflex is to tuck your head in, because then your shoulder blades take all the impact. Also, with Styles Clash, you're landing on your face because you're upside down, you're a bit disorientated. But you don't want to put your head down straight away, because then you're like scraping on the canvas. So it's like 101 different things, and so many. I think I can think of 2 straight away off the top of my head that have had their necks broken because they botched it.
I've heard of one that he has botched. I can't remember who it was against, but I know he has botched it at least once because the other person didn't do it properly.
Yeah, because it makes Styles look really bad, but 9 times out of 10 he's doing everything he's supposed to do right. But when they started doing the phenomenal forearm, I was like, oh no, they've sin-bagged the...
I mean, he kind of does the forearm pretty cool. It's a cool move.
Oh yeah, it's a great move, but in TNA it was just a regular move for him. It was just like his backflip reverse DDT. It was just a move he did. So for him to make that a finisher, I was really worried they're going to get rid of it altogether. But I think with someone as big as Styles, that would have been impossible. Like, WWE do sometimes make the right decision.
And how John Cena as well, when he got beated, he left his little never give up thing in the ring and just walked out like he was done for, and was like, oh, is someone going to come out?
I was fully expecting someone to come out and start laying into him. I'm really interested for SmackDown tonight, which is something I didn't expect, I'd say, because it's going to be I don't reckon they'll go through the whole fake retirement. It's like, I'm done.
Apparently, I think he's going to have time off to do another season of whatever he was doing.
For fuck's sake.
Back in October when he did it.
Yeah, he's got some sort of TV show now. But I think the rumour is now they're going to send AJ against Ambrose.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, I'd rather have Bray Wyatt in there somewhere, because apparently before going into the match he was in the Ziggler-Ambrose feud, and no one's quite sure why Wyatt wasn't involved as well.
Oh, because I told you he's been involved recently. And
yeah.
I was surprised he didn't make an appearance in the event.
Yeah, but that's Vinnie Mac's booking. And then it was Tag Team Championships, The New Day, with Jon Stewart of all fucking people versus Luke Gallows and
biggest wrestling fan.
I get why, because everything's all PG and like big celebrity equals like more media coverage. Everyone's into wrestling. It's a good day.
See, last year it made sense because he had like a little feud with Seth Rollins and it kind of worked better. This one, it was just like, we'll bring him back.
And he made loads of dad jokes and loads of like dad dancing, and he got booed the entire night.
Yeah. Even though last year he got like cheered. He hit John Cena.
Yeah. Probably one of the biggest reactions of the night was when Anderson and Gallows were going to post him, and everyone was like, "Fucking yes, break his nuts." But yeah, that was an okay match.
Okay. To be fair, the whole build-up had been a bit balls.
Fuck off.
I wasn't really invested in the whole match in general. I was kind of like, I hope Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson win, which they kind of did, but not the titles.
To be fair, anything following Styles and Cena was going to be a bit deflating.
This is why I was like, but it was like, it's like WrestleMania.
Mid card Styles Cena. We haven't even had the fucking six women's tag match. Why is that even on the main? Oh, fuck's sake. But yeah, Anderson Gallows did one via disqualification. Big E came back, or he never really left. He came back as a wrestler this time instead of just talking.
Yeah, where he'd been like injured.
Yeah, quote unquote.
So he hadn't been around for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Like I said, I can
ring post-itis.
Ring post-itis. Yeah, I'm fully expecting Gallows and Anderson to win the belts.
I don't know, because Anderson had a match with Big E last night and he lost.
I was fully expecting him to start doing the club with Finn Balor, but that's fucked up now, isn't it?
Oh fuck, that was so cool. When we saw them together, it was just like
yeah, it was AJ and Gallows and Anderson, obviously the original club. Obviously AJ's on SmackDown, Gallows and Anderson are on.
I'm kind of glad they were still like busy mates.
Yeah, and then when Finn Balor turned up, he was just like he's walking away. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, obviously now with Finn injured, which we'll get to in a sec, that's not happening anymore. Then for some reason, right in the middle of the card is the WWE World Championship. This belt headline WrestleMania. Now it's in the middle of SummerSlam because fuck you and everything you love. Ambrose Ziggler, it was
a cool match.
I liked it.
I feel like it should have been higher up, and I think that's why people are like, what's going on?
This is the part.
Because Adam was saying everyone in the crowd was just kind of like not going with it because of where it was, and I think they were displeased with how these two. Like, to be fair, watching SmackDown, this had I think, other than the Finn and Seth, this had a really good build-up and storyline. But I don't think the payoff was as good.
Because I think even we noticed as well, it was at this point where
the crowd were getting very...
Yeah, they were just...
disgruntled.
I wouldn't even say that, they just weren't into anything. They weren't doing anything. They were just sat there really bored looking.
I think they were just making chants as well, weren't they?
Yeah, there was like a few calls for "We Want Slayer," and just all like
happened on Raw last night, and that was like listen to the Universe WWE.
Yeah, I can get Heath Slater back on TV. But I thought the match was good up until the ending. I thought it was
was very just like
yeah, it's like we've gone over our quota. We have to finish it right fucking now.
Like Ziggler didn't even get a super kick in there. Like he tried one, he kept getting blocked. Like, I was expecting at least one kick and be a near fall, but no, he didn't.
I think that was the first finish of the night, of the match. Sorry, the Dirty D's was the first finish, apart from like the standing famouser. That's been more of a signature rather than the finisher.
Yeah, but it just kind of finished like
It was really, really just sudden. And to lose, like I said, World Championship, to lose on like the first finish of the match, it's just...
It was very anticlimactic.
Yeah, like I said,
I didn't really feel like Ziggler did have a chance either. I didn't feel like, he could. No. He just... there's been rumours, there's been stories on online for a few weeks now,
basically saying that then there's no chance of Ziggler winning. They're literally just doing it as a Passover, and then Ambrose is going to start feuding with Styles. And obviously everyone knows about that now. But it would have been great if they just gave him a chance, like tease it, like, okay, Ziggler, you're not going to win, but go out there and make it look like you're going to win.
Yeah.
And then obviously not. But it's a shame.
But it was still really over. Like everyone popped for him.
Yeah, everyone still loves Ziggler. He's one of the best things on the roster right now. He has said he's only got a few years left because he wants to go do other projects. So I'd like to see him have one proper reign with the world title before he goes, because his first one was over in a day. Second one, injury.
Cough from my back.
No, it wasn't Ryback.
I thought it was.
No, it was Swagger.
Well, I know as well. Fucking Ziggler sells too well, and I think he injured himself at the same time.
Yeah, but Jack Swagger gave him a massive concussion.
Yeah, and he also bloody ruined Wade Barrett's bad news run. I remember me and Alex were talking about it. It's like, he's too fucking dangerous. He threw Wade Barrett into the bloody thing. Like, this was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And destroyed his shoulder for like half a year. I was like, oh my god.
Good guy Swagger. Then it was finally the 6-woman tag match.
Now, to be fair, it wasn't a bad match. It was just, I don't think it deserved this high on the list.
Nope. Because I know they've got to have like a big match and have a couple of settlers and then have the big match again. But this was just... I think they regard Nikki Bella a lot higher than Nikki Bella's actually worth, because she came back after about 7 months of injury.
Yeah, she kind of left. I think it was like towards the end of last year.
Yeah, she ended up having like a broken neck and spine or something because of all the rack attacks she did, which was her finishing move at the time.
Oh, is that the reason?
Yeah, basically.
I thought she just... I don't know, actually. I never even realised why her neck was buggered up. I know she was in a cast. I was like, she's done something.
The reason I read was the rack attack, obviously, if you don't know, it was basically like a torch rack sort of thing. So it was on her shoulders and she would just like drop down to her knees, like putting all the pressure on her neck. And doing that, she was obviously longest reigning, what was then Divas champion. Having been week in, week out doing that, it just slowly just destroyed her neck to the point where I think it compacted a disc and she basically broke her neck, other spine line. So she finally got cleared.
Yeah, she got cleared like the weekend before.
I think she got cleared like earlier this week.
Yeah.
Or what would have been last week. So within a week she was back in the ring wrestling. I think if it stayed as Eva Marie, because that's who was meant to be in the tag in the 6 Divas women's.
Yeah, because you've not been watching SmackDown. That's like how her entrances go. Like 1 week, she just jumped off the ring apron, hurt her leg, supposedly.
Yeah, then she had the wardrobe malfunction.
And then she was stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
To be fair, it is actually pretty funny.
And then it's holidaying in the British
and
Isles.
She's starting to get like a bit of a pop, like when her music hit. I'm pretty sure I had like...
People are starting to like the whole why she delayed things. It's building her up as a massive heel.
Yeah.
It's when the announcer said currently holidaying in the British Isles, the first thing I said, we don't fucking want her, because I hate Eva Marie.
She even sent out a post on Twitter during SummerSlam where she just sat back relaxing, not caring, giving a shit.
But yeah, I think if it stayed as Eva Marie, so it would have been Marie, Alexa Bliss and Natalia, I think they would have lost against Becky Lynch, Naomi and Carmella.
Well, there was beforehand, I think I read, they're like, it was on What Culture, they're like, oh yeah, it would be cool if Eva Marie, kind of everyone else does the work and then she wins by pincer.
Yeah, that would have been good.
That would have been pretty, and she would have got like heel heat for it.
Yeah, and said like, I'm undefeated. Like, no, you're not. Then for some reason, it was Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins for what is basically another world championship, but nowhere near the top of the card. I've just read there, pinfall and submission only. Well,
yeah, I didn't realise that it was that until later today when they announced it. I was like, oh.
They could have done a lot more with that. But basically, Finn Balor beat Seth Rollins. I thought this was a good match.
It was kind of annoying though, because the crowd... It was funny at first, and...
Yeah,
they kind of...
Basically, I say the equivalent of... WWE have a new championship called the Universal Championship. And it's basically Whereas before it used to be the WWE and the World Heavyweight Championship is now WWE World Championship and now the Universal. The problem with it is the Universal Championship belt is fucking disgusting. It looks... I
think it's because it's just...
It's so gaudy. I'm calling it the Jammy Dodger Championship. Which it's really hard to say, so I don't like how they've done that to me.
I know Adam Blompe was like, I think it's the reason fans are just angry is because it's kind of just lazy.
It really is lazy.
It's the same championship but red. It's like something you make in a game.
Like when they did the new Women's Championship, which is basically the World Championship but in white, I thought that was really good because it's like we hold the Women's Championship in the same regard as the World Championship, which is good. Yeah. They should be doing that.
And that was before they even announced a brand extension, so no one really cared. But obviously when they announced it, like, oh, could it look like?
There was like loads of people calling out for some sort of winged eagle thing like they did in the 80s and 90s. I would fucking love that if they went for the winged eagle.
I think I even saw some like cool fan-made designs of the Universal with that kind of design, and they look really cool.
Best thing I've seen is, do you remember John Cena's old spinner belt?
Yeah.
A picture of that with a caption underneath it, oh, so now you miss me, do you? But yeah, I'm not a fan of the belt at all, but it's one of the things you just have to get used to. But like you said, at first it was funny, then we'll like having chance of like, we want a new belt, that belt sucks, that sort of thing. But when this match was nearly 20 minutes long and they're still doing it towards the end, in fact every time it hit the hard camera everyone was booing. It's like, alright, we get it, it's a shit championship looking, well, it's a shit looking belt. Can we please focus on the fact you have Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins right in front of you?
Yeah, and it's like some fans were trying to do it. They're like, oh, let's go Finn, let's go Rollins as well during the match. But it just kept getting overshadowed. Yeah,
New York's always been a weird one for wrestling. And they even chant for CM Punk. It's 2016.
It's just like none of these wrestlers even hate it.
Stupid pricks.
But they also showed the video where Finn Balor actually hurt his bloody arm.
Yeah,
it was his bloody fault because he put his arm back. He did that, and then it was like as he went back, he kind of did that.
Yeah, he got caught in the barricade, and on the video, because he's quite pale, you can see you've got like Balor, huge lump where his like shoulder sticking out.
I actually noticed that. So
you can just see it's like for a split second, but you can see where his shoulder is disfigured by the fact his shoulder is not in this right place. It does look pretty brutal.
Props to him for because I didn't even notice it.
I didn't notice it until I rewatched that video and knew what I was looking for. Yeah. But he popped it back in and carried on with the match.
And then it was like during the night apparently that it just kept hurting.
So credit to him. He's out for 4 to 6 months. 6 months. It's 6 months if he needs surgery. 4 months if he can just rehab it.
I think he needs surgery. But then when you look at someone like John Cena who's had shoulder injuries before and he comes back like 3 months later.
Yeah, either way, I'm expecting Balor in the Rumble.
I was thinking that when I was out of my shower and I was just kind of disgruntled. I was like, he's not going to be back until February when it comes to my birthday. So, but then I was like, but it would be cool if he because Seth Rollins came back 2 months early.
Yeah.
This August was like the latest he would have been back. So I was like, that'd be really cool. He comes in like the second man in like the Rumble.
Yeah.
He comes in like the Demon.
That would be really good.
And I was like, that would probably be a really good way to bring him back if he's out for that long.
And I was talking to Alex earlier, and he was saying he's thinking that as well, but he's also feeling that if they do that, Balor's going to win the Rumble because they're pushing him mega hard at the moment. Yeah. Unless they want to give someone massive heel heat.
Yeah. I'm just worried that WWE won't take away his... Well, actually no, because they've been treating Seth pretty fair.
Yeah.
Because he injured himself.
Yeah, like I say, with wrestling, it's one of the things that happen. They've been having a lot of injuries as of late. A lot of big injuries as well.
I know Sid posted a tweet saying, notice how Seth Rollins' curb stomp doesn't injure, but then his big power throw has it injured.
Yes, well, actually the second one, isn't it? Now I think about it, Sting.
Yeah, and I was thinking, maybe he needs to stop doing that move. But then when you look back at the video, it is because Balor, I think Finn Balor tried to do it and he put his arm back too late or too soon.
That's the thing. The first with Sting, even Sting's come out and said that it was just a freak accident. No way could they have predicted that because they did one of earlier on in the match.
Yeah, it was the second one that ruined it. I think Sting did say that he didn't position his back a bit properly.
Yeah, and the fact that he is 50 years old taking a turnbuckle powerbomb.
And he had just been put through an announce table.
Yeah,
I was fucking surprised.
Balls of steel on that man. And then obviously with this one, his arm, he does put his arm a bit too far back and it just takes all the impact. But say fair play, they got the Fatal 4-Way next week, which is Big Cass, Seth.
Surprising.
I don't understand because they put him in the match against Rusev. Rusev is being a babyface at the moment.
Yeah, he came out injured and everything.
Because it's a good segue. Rusev versus Roman Reigns went to a no contest. Rusev attacked Reigns.
Yeah, because you went to the toilet. And
yeah, I came back and it was like pretty much everything's on fire.
Yeah, because Rusev attacked Roman just as he came into the ring.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise the bell hadn't actually rang.
But as far as that, this entire thing with Roman Reigns, he's been the face. Roman interrupted his wedding and said some things about Lana, who's now Rusev's wife. Rusev's been defending Lana. He came out last night injured and fought. Yeah. He's been playing the face this entire time.
And then Roman Reigns has been like the big bully.
Yeah, so maybe they have turned Roman Reigns heel and we just haven't noticed. But yeah, going back to that Fatal 4-Way, it's not Rusev, sorry, it's Big Cass, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins. Who do you reckon is going to get it? If they put it on Big Cass, I will.
Yeah, but I know Vince probably is a very big one.
He has been. He's pretty big one because he's 7 foot tall, and no, he's not.
And he can wrestle pretty well.
Yeah,
and he can talk.
I don't
relatively well, but I don't think. I think they should put it on Seth.
I absolutely think they should put it on Seth. Roman, if Roman wins,
they'll just be like, ugh.
Fans will go nuclear. They will hate it. Kevin Owens, I'm preferring what they're doing with him and Jericho, to be honest.
Yeah,
they've got some good storytelling in there. So yeah, I think Seth is the only logical avenue.
I think he's a better choice.
Oh yeah.
If it wouldn't be Seth, then it would be Kevin Owens, I'd say.
And then
that'd be pretty cool because then you've got Kevin Owens and then Jericho is kind of like trying to, guide him, or trying to guide him and then trying to get the championship off him.
That could work. Personally, I think Rollins is the best choice.
Yeah.
And then the quote-unquote main event, Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton in another typical Brock Lesnar boring match. I
didn't mind. I thought Randy Orton stood a better chance. It was
to be fair, it was one of the rare matches I've seen where Randy Orton actually got to get some offense on Brock. He gave him a clean RKO and it looked like he struggled to kick out.
Yeah.
But he put Orton through a table. Orton couldn't put him through a table. He just bounced.
Well, to be fair, Brock just fucking threw him into the table.
But he threw him from the guardrail, man. He literally just lobbed him. It was fucking terrifying. I know Brock is big, scary, muscle.
Well, we were talking, they were stood up face to face, and Randy Orton stood up pretty well, and he's definitely taller.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Obviously, Brock Lesnar's always built this big, massive killing machine, and then you get to him versus Orton, and Orton was dwarfing him. He was made him look so fucking small. But yeah, the match itself was, like I said, just fairly generic Brock Lesnar affair. Some good back and forth, and then it got to the slightly uncomfortable part where he literally just sat on him, took his gloves off, started beating the crap out of him, and then hit with an elbow, and that just...
2 elbows, because he does one, and then because I watched it, and you can hear him go...
Yeah, the second, I think it was the second elbow, split Randy Orton open completely, which doesn't happen anymore, because now we're PG, anytime there's blading, or not blading, sorry, anytime that anyone gets cut, it's purely accident. It happened between Finn and Joe at the last TakeOver event.
Yeah.
It's happened in a few John Cena matches. Flat out, it just does not happen intentionally anymore. But to see him not only just get cut deep, because Orton's got like no hair or like short hair, you can see the gash in his head, and it ended up taking like 10 staples, and he's just like this like hole in his head, and it just puddles blood. It's like the stream of it reminded me of the mass transit incident. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
The what?
Mass transit in ECW.
Oh yeah, I know what I mean. Yeah.
With New Jack, fucking New Jack. But yeah, and that in itself, because that was pretty uncomfortable. The fact that you have to go lay on the floor.
Yeah, I have.
You don't do well with blood, as I
Not
found out.
around people anyway.
Which doesn't make sense. But...
I'm just weird like that. I can. If I was on my own, I would have been fine. I would have been like, oh, this is horrible, but I would have been cool. But I was around someone. I'm like, please don't. No. You're not like seeing me pacing around and like being.
I kept seeing you like really fidgety, but I thought it was one thing, and then when I saw you like stand up, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, I had to lay down, and you went proper white. You went so pale. And that stories are coming out now that after when everyone's starting to go to the back, Jericho confronted Brock, and they basically spent the entire night fighting because Jericho thought Brock was unsafe and did it on purpose.
Apparently, he proper stood up to him and backed Brock into a corner, which is surprising because Jericho isn't exactly a very big...
Jericho's not small, but my God, has he got balls of steel. Because it's not the first time he's stood up to one of the big guys. I think the other guy was Batista. Oh no, Goldberg, sorry. Stood up to Goldberg.
Yeah, but Goldberg couldn't wrestle very well back then, and he out-wrestled him, didn't he?
Yeah, but you think Jericho is...
Oh yeah, and he did have a fight with him.
Yeah,
he got him in like a lock
headlock.
And he couldn't get out.
Yeah, Jericho is about 6'3", 230 odd pounds. Goldberg, former NFL player, he's about 6'7". I think when it was in WWE, he was 270, and he wrestled him to the ground and put him in a headlock that Goldberg couldn't get out of. Standing up to Brock Lesnar, who is 9/10 mountain.
He's just a volcano,
and like he was saying, like it was bullshit that
because he kept going to Kevin Hayes.
Kevin Dunn. No,
it was Kevin Hayes.
Yeah, no, that's his name. But I know who you're on about. You carrying me point. I'm going to find out what his name is.
But because he went up to him and he was like, "Was that how it's meant to finish?" And he was like, I can't tell you," or something like that. He was
saying that that was the legit finish, but Jericho was saying it was fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Where is it? Because then he like went over to Brock and was like, "What the fuck are you thinking?" And even Randy Orton had to come out and say, "Look, no, it was all planned." Like, he was meant to like hit me with the elbow. I've read somewhere that the elbow was planned, the blood was probably not. Yeah. Which I can understand that, because there was a lot of blood, and like I said, they don't have blood that often anymore. Fucking hell, where are you piece of shit?
Because apparently, I think you found it actually.
Yeah.
Because he kept asking Brock Lesnar.
Michael Hayes, that was it.
There we are. Yeah, and he was saying, apparently all Brock said was like, "Shut up," or something like that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Surprising that Brock wouldn't go out full on him, but I imagine it's because Jericho is more of a veteran, so he's probably got more respect, and even Triple H even says there that Lesnar started it.
Yeah, so it's sort of half and half not started as a misunderstanding, because Jericho was asking about the match, and he said that no, you're right, Hayes wouldn't respond, and then Jericho shouted that was bullshit. Lesnar came through the curtain just as he heard that comment, and then called Jericho a pussy, or said shut up, one of the two, for Jericho to mind his own business, and that's when it sort of kicked off. Had some words. There's this version that says they were shouting each other the entire time. Lesnar reportedly pushed Jericho with his fingers. Jericho then did what was described as the Rosie Tate forehead press. Not even sure what the fuck that means.
I think it means when like they kind of put their heads together.
Oh right, that thing.
And I think it's because they must have done it. That's what I'm imagining it as.
Another version of the story: Jericho shoved Lesnar into a wall. Two then tangled against the wall. Lesnar told Jericho to either punch him or kiss him, which is two very different sides of the story. Triple H jumped in. Then they went out again. McMahon got in between them. and yeah, it's just all kicked off where it's surprising because Jericho is probably one of the nicest guys in wrestling and in rock music.
Yeah.
For him to properly have a go at someone, I'd imagine takes a lot. Even Orton had to
say... he worked with Orton anyway, hasn't he?
He's worked with everyone. It's Jericho. He's worked with Lesnar. He's worked with pretty much everyone there is to work with. But it's got there. Jericho was standing up for himself. No more words were exchanged with Jericho. Saw Orton's condition and got mad. It was noted that Jericho was concerned with Orton's health and safety, but Orton assured him that he knew what was going to happen. It was his courtesy of PW Mania. For Jericho to stand up, even like Jericho's veteran, he's got all these accolades, he's like one of the best in the world. For him to stand up against Brock Lesnar, serious dude.
Yeah.
Especially to stand up for Orton like that, 'cause Orton doesn't need someone to stand up for him, but for him to do it anyways, it's just unreal. Yeah. What was your thoughts on SummerSlam as a whole then?
I feel like it was a good event. It was just weirdly laid out, and I think that's why some of it just was like, I feel like had they done it in a certain order, so I was like, the tag match was a good one to start off with, and then maybe have like the Intercontinental title, and then maybe have the Divas match after that, and then maybe have tag match, and then probably the singles match, then the United States, and then have the big three title matches, then followed by Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton. If they'd done it something like that, it would have been, I think, a bit better. But for some reason, they didn't. Yeah,
like I said, I kind of understand why they did it. So you have that big match and a burn off, then a big match and a burn off, because that was always what happened to Divas matches before. That's why everyone was always calling for like a reshuffle, because I think it was WrestleMania 30. You had Undertaker lose to Brock, and then you had like the big Divas Battle Royal thing, and no one gave a flying shit about it because it was after.
That's when Divas wrestling was really kind of poor. It was only really AJ Lee and Paige that made it worthwhile.
The thing is that's before Paige was even in the company. She was still in NXT at the time. She debuted the night afterwards.
Yeah, and she was just told on the spot.
Yeah, but I'm of the same opinion. It was a weird night. Definitely needed better booking. Ambrose and Ziggler needed more. Just more.
Yeah, you got like a 15-minute match.
You got a 15-minute match, but even after 15 minutes, it felt it ended so abruptly.
There just wasn't a big build up to the finish. False finishes. That's the problem, I think, and that's why everyone was like, all right.
Yeah, the Jamie Dodger Championship was a good match. So I'm totally expecting Seth Rollins to win next week.
He should do.
Yeah, it's, like I say, Styles is apparently now after Ambrose. If you're saying Cena's going to go and do more of his TV show, then fair. The next show is Backlash, which is SmackDown exclusive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Excuse me, so that means Intercontinental Championship. Who do you think is next for the Miz?
I don't know. I can't think.
Solid.
I genuinely can't think.
So look at the roster. So I would love for Apollo to actually get a run with a belt. Just looking there, no one otherwise showing up. I'd love for if Shelton Benjamin came back, but he's off for a few more months.
Nearly a year at most.
Yeah, he fucked up shoulder, I think.
Yeah, shoulder, didn't even bloody realise.
Yeah, it's good that I realise now, instead of like, one match in, why is my arm off?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to see Apollo Crews have another shot and have a decent match that lasts more than 5 minutes. And for someone to fucking beat The Miz, I really don't like him at all.
Come on now.
No. You come on now, me bitch. I'm excited for the Cruiserweight thing to start up, because Raw...
September 18th.
Yeah, because that's what not the Raw straight afterwards, but the Raw after Backlash, which is a weird time for them to do it, to be honest, now I think about it.
Yeah.
Obviously Raw's got Clash of Champions at some point. I don't know if that's going to be September as well.
It's 25th of September.
25th September, so that's the week before.
It's about a month away.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks after, I think.
Yeah, it's a week before cruiserweights get introduced, and they got some big names. Got Grand Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Rich Swann. Obviously, if it's on Raw, they're also going to have Sami Zayn, Neville, who I don't think need a cruiserweight belt championship. I think they should be going for United States or Universal. But you know, I still wouldn't mind seeing Roman Reigns as United States champion.
Yeah. If done well.
Yeah, if done well. Who is this Tommy End guy that apparently clicked on at some point? Cool, a Dutch professional wrestler. Fair enough. In that case, then I believe that to be the end of that. Like, so we've got Backlash in what's now not that long.
2 weeks, I think now. Yeah, about 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks, which is kind of. It's going to have the risk of it being really, really rushed.
Yeah. So hopefully tonight, SmackDown can do it cool. Hopefully.
Yeah, it'll be interesting with SmackDown because obviously at the end of Lesnar versus Orton.
They didn't even talk about it. They were like, what was your thoughts? And Stephanie was like, there will be consequences.
Yeah.
And that was it. I was like, really?
It's
like they don't even want to acknowledge it.
Yeah, this was from at the end of Lesnar versus Orton. Lesnar got Shane McMahon, who is the COO commissioner or something of Raw, of SmackDown, sorry, and given F5.
So there's rumours there might be a feud between them, or they're still going to have the Randy Orton feud. Still.
Be interesting. But I think that's pretty much covered it. That was NXT and SummerSlam. Again, NXT showed up SummerSlam, showed WWE. So much more storytelling goes into NXT.
This is why Triple H needs to be creative, even though he gets a lot of shit. People can't seem to. It's like they don't want to admit he's good.
The big difference is Triple H can concede that the smaller guys can get over and can be popular and can be winners. Vince McMahon's still in the mindset of you have to be 6 to 8.
I think it was like Jack the Jobber from What Culture Chief said, or someone said that. Take this into the mind: a guy who's just under 6 foot is over. It was referencing to AJ Styles. Was his match.
So AJ's 5'11", 218 pounds.
Jeez. He's not exactly a big guy, is he?
No, he's fucking tiny compared to everyone else. And like, you've got Cena, who's like a former Mr. Olympian or Mr. Olympia competitor. Obviously Triple H was never exactly small.
No, he's gotten bigger.
But I don't know. I'm just happy we live in a world where we have AJ Styles
in WWE.
I think that's all I need. Cool. I've been on that note. Then I've been Stephen Hook,
and I've been Callum Barden. Yeah.
Smooth. Any last parting words? If you say anything about the Miz, I'm going to slap you.
Just say stay awesome, Stephen.
Fucking immolate yourself.